but like, I don't know.
It did last time.
I know it did, but shit, man. Yeah, I bet it will work this time. On God, it'll work this time, brother. Well, it is on, allegedly.
Like we're live.
Yeah, we're live right now.
Well, welcome back, everybody.
Happy
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
I'm a priest.
Just the podcast is live right here.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
It is on.
Bless everybody. Bless the stream. We're gonna have a short, quick one, straight to the point tonight.
Yes.
So I'm a priest. What are you?
I guess I'm just like, I threw a bunch of shit on. I got the Roman gladiator shit on, and then I got Indiana Jones's hat on. So I just threw on a bunch of crap just to for fun.
Indiana Jones if he was a gladiator.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, Indiana Jones could definitely have gone back in time and done something. I think in the last Indiana Jones movie, it was called like the Dial of Destiny or something like that, some gay crap like that. Again, this is also geriatric Gerald Ford, or not Gerald Ford. That's the president. Harrison Ford.
Gerald Ford is the president?
Gerald Ford was a president. So I accidentally said Gerald Ford, but I meant Harrison Ford. But Gerald Ford was the president.
Okay.
But yeah, he definitely could have gone back in time and been in Roman times. So, I'm just throwing some crap on. This is what you got to do. Sometimes for Halloween, you got to just throw some junk on and just have a good time with it. You know what I mean? Type shit. But you know what we should start off with? Just for fun.
What do you want to say?
Your favorite Halloween memory as a youngster.
I'm a big boy, and I think my favorite was this one house. It's like multiple memories in one.
Yeah.
Every year, I would go to, and they always had the big candy. They always had the full-size, jumbo, king-size candy bars, Reese's, Kit Kat, Hershey's. They had, you know what? Actually, no, this one year, I like white chocolate, and they had the Hershey's white chocolate bar, and it was the big one. That was great. It's either that or, 5 years ago when I was rapping Sicko Mode with a girl and we ended up hooking up after the Halloween party. But
that's a better memory, I think.
I mean, for our adult selves, yeah. For child me, that white chocolate bar, man, it's like the same level of happiness right there, honestly. Because when you're a little kid,
that's
you
true.
get a big ass piece of candy on Halloween, you're like, fuck yeah.
That's true.
But when you're an adult and you get a big ass piece of candy, you're like, damn, I'm a fat piece of shit. You get a piece of ass.
I was say that's different. That's what I was gonna say. Damn. I was gonna say like there was there wasn't any Halloween parties I can remember that I like hooked up with anyone, but there was definitely a lot where I was like drunk as fuck. Having a good time. Maybe I barfed a little bit.
Always great.
That was always a good time. I think there was one time I was with our good friends, Dylan and Jenna, and I was at a party and we were just getting so hammered, and I was dressed as a cowboy, and these people lived on the water, and I was just barfing off the side of the dock.
Oh yeah.
Took my hat off, took my cowboy hat off, put it to the side, and I was just ralphing away. But hey, that was just how it was back in the day when you were like, 17, 18
sometimes,
years old.
yeah, you're young, you have a good time, you get a little too drunk, you barf. Doesn't mean you didn't have a good time,
Exactly. That's exactly right. Like
sometimes that's what it's all about.
Nothing wrong with that at all, I would say. And I'm trying to think of like a good time where I was like trick or treating. I think when I was a kid, there was one time I was dressed up as a character, and I was very upset that I had to wear a coat at Halloween, and I was crying. I was crying because I had to wear a jacket, and my parents were like, "Well, you got to wear a jacket." It kind of matched the outfit too, but as a kid, you get your Halloween costume. It's in the package. It looks all pristine. You put it on. You're like, "Wow, I am a clone trooper or something like that." You know what I mean? I'm a Jedi.
I am the guy from Yu-Gi-Oh.
I'm the guy from Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm Batman. I'm this person. And when I have to put a jacket on or a sweatshirt on, you're like, I've completely shattered the illusion for everyone else.
Yeah.
Including myself. I've completely shattered the illusion.
When you're a little kid, it's like, yo, that guy's actually Batman. That guy's actually Spider-Man. But it's like Spider-Man would never wear a coat.
Spider-Man doesn't need a jacket on. Well, Batman doesn't need a jacket on.
Batman doesn't need. He's not cold. He's Batman. He's not cold.
Right.
He's buff and he's rich.
Exactly.
and he doesn't feel temperature unless it's like he's getting burnt by lava or something. I don't know.
Type.
But
Type.
you know, hope you guys had a great Halloween. Hope you, if you're young, you got candy, and if you're old, you got drunk. Uh, why don't we get into some news or something? You know,
Sure. Sure.
what do you want to talk about? How about let me start off with this because this is quick. The Counter Strike market. We got comments from when I was saying you should buy. The market is so
Yeah.
down, it's not going
Yeah.
to stay this way. And we got comments from people saying that, oh, it's never going to be the same. Oh, like that's stupid.
They were like the one guy commented he was convinced, he was like, nah, there's no way, like it's not going back up, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like
Now,
it's
who's the
not.
dumbass? Who's the dumbass? The market is back up to 5 billion. I have made thousands of dollars because you know what I did? I bought. I understood that it's still a valid market. It's still the biggest game in the world. So I bought a whole bunch of knives, whole bunch of gloves, different AWP skins, different AK skins, and now they're all up. They're all up from what they were because obviously it was going to take a dip when 80% of the market is owned by the Chinese who are dumping out of fear, and everyone else in the
Mm,
world is dumping out of fear as well. They go down to crazy low prices. And I was
it's
like,
true.
you know, I'm going to buy them.
It's true.
I'm gonna buy as much as I can because it's gonna go back up. And guess what it did? In like 2 weeks max, it went back up to 5 billion. Went from like 2.6 billion to 5 billion in a week.
Well, it's like
I'm
anything. It's like anything with like the stock market. I think we went over this like last week, but it's anything like the stock market. It's like like you buy the dip essentially. You buy the dip, and that's where the millionaires are made. Is like not in the panic selling. It's when people are flying out of the market, you're flying in.
yeah.
You know, and
You
that's
know, to
exactly
those
the
of you
same.
that said that that was dumb and the market's never gonna be the same, shame on you.
Mm,
Shame on you.
mm,
Have knowledge in this. The game is so old. I'm getting old. Have knowledge in this. I tried to share the wisdom.
mm.
And I got hate for it. And now look at me, up thousands of dollars. And what did you do? You sold your shit for way cheaper than you could have right now. Good job. Good job. Really, good job. You're stupid. I tried to tell you. I tried to tell you, but what are you gonna
Hey,
do?
listen. You
What are
can
you gonna
you can
do?
give out as much free advice as you want, but it doesn't mean people are going to listen.
Very
Lead a
true.
horse to water, as they say.
Yeah, very true.
What are you going to do? But hey, I'm happy for you.
But yeah, yeah, you know
you
that
know,
that's all I got to say about the market. I had to flex on you guys a little bit. You know, I got my big chain on. You know,
the
I got
Jesus
Jesus in
piece.
my heart. I got God. I'm living through God. And as I did with the Counter Strike
Uh,
market, um, that's really all I got to say about it. It's nice that it's back up. And I think, you know, in the end, it actually worked out a little bit better than a lot of people thought because the market isn't crashed anymore. It's like at a good stable rate.
Interesting. Okay.
And knives and gloves are like still like a little bit cheaper than they
So
were.
just explain to me. Like, I have no idea. The only news I get from this is from you.
Yeah.
And the last time I heard of it, I was like, okay, the market like
Well, the market,
essentially halved, right? Essentially halved
yeah.
in half.
Yeah.
So like, what happened in that time frame from last week to now that changed that? I guess.
People stopped selling completely out of fear.
Okay.
Pretty much sums it up, you know.
Okay.
So when you do things like craft up to a knife or gloves or you buy a new item, you have to wait a week before it can be traded. And the update was put in place,
Mm,
and that kind of crashed the market pretty heavy. And then a week later, because people were like, "Oh, knives and gloves are gonna be worth nothing because now you could just trade up to it. You can't. The only way to get a
yeah.
new one was to get it from a case, which is gambling.
Yeah.
No, it was like, oh, I can make one. Uh,
Makes
Which
sense.
is stupid thought because you still need the reds, and the only way to make the reds is still the gambling aspect of getting them from cases. There's not like an unlimited amount of reds. Um,
Interesting.
so
I think they did this like in an attempt to like make it less gambling esque, essentially. Like instead of like, because I know like people open cases, there's a basically kind of like a slot machine kind of a function that kind of happens where you're supposed to land on a knife or a gun or a glove case.
no, I think they did it for kind of a cash grab because they know that they're the biggest game in the world, and whenever you sell through Steam, Steam takes like 20% of it.
Right. Right. Okay.
And I'm sure that, you know, Counter Valve gets a cut of that. I'm sure Gaben,
Okay, Ben.
I know Gaben gets a cut of it. But I'm
Bro's
sure.
got bro's probably got the bigger yacht than like Steve Jobs ever had, bro.
I think they're he's like in the works right now of making the world's biggest mega yacht.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I
Damn.
read that like pretty recently. Because he's got, I don't know if you know, he's got like a huge mega yacht collection.
Oh my
He's
god.
really into yachts.
He just loves boating, bro.
Yeah,
Well, he's
yeah.
just like he just looks like a fat guy who just loves like chilling, bro, which I really respect.
He's like the greatest billionaire that we know of so far. You know, because most billionaires got some crazy dirt on them.
True.
He kind of, he's like,
He's
I,
just a
I
guy
mean,
that
maybe I'm wrong,
you
but
never
as
know.
far
Yeah.
as I know,
You never know.
well, that aside, I'm like,
Yeah.
obviously you never know. Maybe he's done some really fucked up shit. But
Yeah.
as of right now, what's open to the public, it's like he's never really done anything where it's like, wow, people hate this guy.
Yeah, people are like, "Oh my god, I
Yeah.
hate this dude." Like
He's not like Elon
he's the
Musk,
worst.
Steve Jobs, where all these people hate them for having crazy opinions or doing really terrible things. He's just
Mm.
like, he's kind of just a guy that did it right and got lucky, and he likes having yachts.
He's just a straight up chiller, bro.
Yeah.
Just a straight up chiller. I mean, I
Um,
respect it. Like, if I had that kind of money, I would just be on a boat chilling all the time. I'd be going to like, the Bahamas or like the Hawaii or something like that and just docking up and hanging out, man. You know,
yeah,
honestly, Mexico or something like that. That's what I would be doing. But good for him.
yeah,
Hey, he made some great games. Team Fortress 2, Portal,
yeah.
Half-Life 2, and all that kind of stuff. Like I don't think anyone could say a bad thing about those kind of games. To be honest with you,
Yeah, no,
I
those
mean,
are
what's wrong with them?
Portal 2 is so fun.
So it's an amazing game. I mean,
Play
like
with one of your boys,
it's an amazing game.
you work together, maybe drink some beers, you work together,
How
you
can
have
you
a
hate
good
on it?
time, you be silly when you guys mess up and whatnot. Like, yeah, how could you hate on that? It's such an innocent, it's so much innocent fun.
How can you hate?
How could you
And
hate?
on eBay, well, like the little guys, like the little Portal 2,
Like the
like
robot guys?
robot, not the robot guys, but
Oh.
the like like the little spheres, like
Oh, yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
Wheatley
Yeah.
or something like that. I sold one of those on eBay, a blow up version for $100.
Yeah, I remember
So
that, yeah.
you know, you can say what you want about Portal 2, but for us eBay people, trust, that's a big moneymaker.
Yeah.
You know what I
Oh, you know
mean?
what? You know what's interesting? That it's kind of stupid. This did
Mm,
remind me of it that I wanted to tell you.
okay.
So, a good friend of ours
Yeah.
that we have worked with before, he brought in his whole basketball card collection.
Really?
Yeah, and he's been going through it. He's like, maybe I could sell some of these or whatever. He's like, I don't know how to like find out the prices of cards and whatnot. And he was going through them, and I was like, well, I do because I've done a lot of Pokemon card trading and
Yeah, yeah,
whatnot
yeah.
and selling. And he was like, "Oh, I have a LeBron James rookie card." He was like, "Maybe that's worth something."
It's probably worth
And I looked
crazy
it
money.
up, and if he graded it and it got a PSA 10, which it probably wouldn't, but like if it got a PSA 10, it's like a $3,000 card,
God
and it's been
damn.
bought for like up to 6,000 before,
For like, oh my
just for the
god.
one card.
For just LeBron James rookie card. I mean,
Yeah,
again, this is why it's the speculation podcast, guys, because you have no idea. I mean, I straight up was I went to I was just looking on eBay as I do, right? I like to sell stuff, I like buying stuff on eBay. eBay is a cool site because it's not just a bunch of crap. The problem with like modern shopping to me, clothing, or just other kind of junk on Amazon. It's just literally exactly just what I said. It's a bunch of Chinese junk, right? And I just it has no value to it. It's like a fucking. It could be a polo or like like your girlfriend wants to buy some crap on Shein or something like that. And you're sitting there, you're like, this is just junk. You know what I mean? But at least with eBay and whatnot, it's like it could be toys, it could be basketball cards, it could be video games, something like that. And these are all they could be rare or like not in print anymore, and that gives them instantly more value because you cannot get these
well, what's
anymore.
nice about eBay is that it's the people's market, but it's
Yeah,
not like Craigslist or Facebook
yeah,
where most of the time you got to be in the area. It's the people's market with shipping, pretty much. And that's a beautiful thing. The fact that I could buy something across the country that no one around me has, but it's like still like maybe vintage or whatever,
yeah. Sure.
and like it's the people's market, which is it's really nice to have that because yeah, you're completely right. Where Amazon is so much like
Junk.
Chinese junk, Sheen, Chinese junk, Timu, Chinese junk.
Oh,
eBay
oh.
is nice.
You ever you
You
ever
could get
try? I've tried. I've only done this maybe one time successfully. I've bought stuff on Temu and tried to sell it on eBay. Only successfully one time, and it was
I remember
it's
that.
literally crap.
Yeah.
I've done it one or
The
two
only thing
times.
I ever got from Temu that actually worked out pretty well for me
Mm,
was I got like a fake GoPro. It's like a Temu GoPro. It
yeah,
didn't say GoPro, but like it's like a little camera. Came with like a waterproof case, chargers, SD card, and
that's
all
nice.
that.
Yeah,
It was like $30. A GoPro is like hundreds of dollars.
yeah.
And it works really well. It records in 4K. Audio is not great, but if you're using a GoPro and you need the waterproof case, like you need a mic. Anyway, excuse me.
Sure.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna throw up.
Um,
Oh, it's like in The Exorcist where like the chick just starts like you probably never seen that movie, but it's like she starts spewing.
You're right.
Spewing crap. But it's like it's funny because like in the movie the two main characters are priests because they're doing an exorcism.
No,
But
just
yeah,
like me.
exactly.
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's the only I've gotten some stuff from Temu. That's the only one that's ever really done me justice. My one friend, Big Fisherman,
Mm.
has bought some fishing gear from Temu. It all of it would just break immediately.
Well, you know what I
Which is
would
funny
yeah.
because fishing gear, like especially rods. A fishing rod is not that hard to make so that it's not gonna snap in half. And they've all snapped in half. It's literal junk. Like you could actually get much higher quality off of Amazon. You could find like higher quality Chinese junk on Amazon.
Fishing gear.
Yeah,
I was gonna
like,
say the your GoPro point is a good point because I think that I like the Chinese are good at stealing stuff, right? I'll give them that. They're really good at finding something that's a quality product, and that's capitalism at its best, right? You find either you are the first to market, right? Like I made the first iPhone, right? Right? Or like Coca-Cola is a great example. Coca-Cola is like I made the first cola soda. And then your competitor is something like Pepsi, or Pepsi's like, I do the same thing, but it's like I'm undercutting the guy and I'm half the price. Right? That's literally what China does with technology and stuff like that. They kind of they'll take something like a GoPro, right? And they're probably making it in the same factory. That's probably the truth.
yeah. I
They're
mean,
probably
yeah.
making it in the same factory. And they'll take something like a GoPro and they're like, all right, we'll take the same kind of parts, same technology, same motherboard, same everything, just put it in our cheaper piece of plastic versus the GoPro expensive piece of plastic.
Yeah.
It's literally what they're doing. So in my head, like, yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense to like buy some technology on like Temu and some of the other like websites and whatnot, Alibaba or something like that. That makes sense. But when we're talking about like Facebook Marketplace or eBay, these are people's like unique things that you cannot get anymore. Like I think of like Facebook Marketplace like as like the boomer version of eBay because it's like
Yeah, I think of it as
yeah
like the boomer version of Craigslist pretty much. Because
yeah
Craigslist is like the delinquent version. And
yeah
Facebook is like, most boomers have a Facebook and they scroll their
yeah
reels, they're like
yeah.
scrolling. It's like the only social media they know and can use because it's so user friendly.
It's
And
so
then
boomer friendly.
and then they have like the marketplace tab right there, and they're like, oh wow, I could get this thing that I wanted 20 years ago and never got, and I could get it for a cheap price, and like the dude down the street has it, like, oh, I'm gonna buy this, like,
Well, speaking of Facebook Marketplace, like I ended up keeping this. I have a PlayStation now, but I was at a garage sale last weekend and I got a PlayStation for a good price, and I was trying to sell it initially, at least. I'm not selling it anymore, but I was initially trying to sell it on Facebook and eBay for like $500, right? But I would get all these people on Facebook that were trying to do trades, right? I told you about this earlier. Um, and the one dude, there was one guy who was trying to do a trade. He was trying to he was trying to trade me a PS4. Again, this is for a PS5. This is like a $500 console. He's trying to trade me a PS4 Pro and a Roku TV for a PlayStation 5 Slim. And
like
I
a
was like,
mini Roku
a
TV,
mini
like
a little piece of
guy.
crap Roku TV, and I was like, no, bro. And out of curiosity, I click on his profile. I'm going through. Of course, this sounds fucked up, but it's a black guy. The first fucking video is him on his story smoking a giant blunt, smoking weed with music like swerving. Whoa, like he's smoking. Like,
Yeah, yeah, it
I
was
was,
D'Angelo Ball playing.
and I was just like, word, like this is awesome. I was just enjoying it. And I'm stalking the guy. I'm going through his friends stuff like that, and I click on his first friend, and the first friend that he has is this other black girl, and this has something to do with the Section 8 shit that's going on right now. And her most recent post has 11,000 likes. This is just painting the picture for you. 11,000 likes. And what does the post say? Guys, Christmas is canceled. Thanksgiving's canceled. Birthdays are canceled. We ain't buying shit until Section 8, or I'm sorry, food stamps are back in place. That is 11K, 11.3K likes on it. It's like everything's
We're
canceled.
canceling it all. Listen,
Canceling it. They won't pay us. We're done.
If I can't scam for EBT, my kids get no holidays.
Yeah.
That's fair, and that makes sense.
And you know what it is? Like, that was the first time I saw that, but I've no joke seen 5 more like videos of like, again, it's usually black people, black women sitting in their car being like, nah, it's canceled. Christmas this year is canceled. Nah, your kids don't need shit. Nah, your kids don't. I'm like, bro, like,
We're gonna fight back by giving our kids a harder, sadder time in the holidays.
but it's amazing to me. It literally like blows my mind. I'm like, god damn, bro, like, it's really fucked up. Like,
Because I have 2 kids and I'm a mother, and my boyfriend hasn't married me yet, so I just claim as a single mother household. When realistically, he's got a job and it's fine. But I could do this and make a bunch of money.
yeah, well, I mean, yeah,
they're taking it away from me.
There's
Oh,
100%
no.
people that are trading EBT. Like,
Oh yeah,
that's 100% like a little black market right there. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you know, it's just it's
well, that's
it's
what
amazing.
happens with welfare and especially like currency exchange, which obviously this isn't like currency exchange, but
It's hood currency.
it's like its own form of currency. It's like free. It's free currency. And you know, like some people
Listen,
do
listen,
deserve help.
the hood
listen,
hasn't.
listen, wait, listen.
Okay, go ahead.
People do deserve help. If you're disabled, if you have serious, mental issues like PTSD and whatnot, and it's hard for you to get a regular job, it doesn't mean you deserve to not eat. If
Mm.
you like if life has messed you up, or if birth, even from birth, has messed you up in some sort of way where you can't hold a stable job, that is one thing. And those people, like everyone deserves life. And if you can't make money, because unfortunately, like realistically, in a perfect world, everyone could have a job. But we don't live in a perfect world, so everyone can't have a job. If you can't hold a job like that, then like what else are you supposed to do? And it's like, it makes sense. Like, let's help those people out. We all deserve life. But there's so many of them that just scam the system. They scam the fact where it's like, oh, well, I'm gonna be a single mother through the government. Like, allegedly, I'm a single mother, even though it's like you're not a single mother.
Yeah.
Just that you have a boyfriend that you had kids with 10 years ago, and you just never got legally married, and then you just lie and say,
Why
yeah,
would you?
I live by myself with my kids.
Why would you?
Um, so I need food stamps because of that. And it's like you're perfectly healthy, you could work, and then you're choosing, like maybe you do work. Like most people, a big argument is most people on SNAP benefits, oh, they do work. It's like, okay, well, how many hours do they work and how able-bodied are they? And it's like, oh, well, they're perfect. They have no health issues whatsoever. And they only work 15 hours a week. It's like, oh, well, I wonder why they only work 15 hours a week.
I mean, again, it's
Oh,
it's a lifestyle.
because if they only work 15 hours a week, they get their food paid for them. And then they get so much extra that they take the rest of that, their leftover, that they don't need more food. Some of these people get like 4 grand a month for food because they have like 3 kids.
Yeah.
And it's like you don't need 4 grand a month for 3 kids. So a lot of these people will take their leftover and buy stuff for people and just sell it to them. So now they have a bunch of extra cash.
Of course.
It's
And the
ridiculous.
amount of like the amount of like hacks that they'll like show you like how to buy liquor with EBT is amazing. There's literally like
I've never seen that.
No,
but-
it's amazing.
But I bet.
Oh, do yourself a favor. You're gonna be like, holy shit! Like if there's a liquor store, like if there's a Publix and there's a liquor store attached to it, it's literally like they go buy something, they return it immediately, and then they get store credit and they go to the liquor store and they buy a bottle of fucking liquor. And you're like, cool, there's my fucking taxpayer money going to fucking a bottle of Jameson or something like that. And you're just like, this is incredible. Like, it's unreal. And again, like, but the problem is that, and I was talking to Zach about this today, like, the problem is with all this crap is that, like liberals and leftists, they have the best slogans. They're slogan people, all right? Like, and this is what they'll tell you. Because I see it on Instagram constantly. I don't know if we talked about this last week, did we? Or I don't remember. I probably talked about it so much today that I
Slogans, no, we did talk about like Mondami.
did we talk about food stamps or no?
Well, we did a little bit. We were talking about how like some people bum off of it, which is
Okay.
basically what I just said. But we didn't go in depth as we are right now.
Okay. But again, like I was talking to
Well, what's
Zach.
the slogan thing? You haven't we
Oh,
didn't talk about slogans.
well, I was just gonna say like liberals and Democrats, they're just really great at slogans, right? And it's not that, like some of the slogans have some truth in them, but it'll be like something like Trump is has money to redo the White House, but there's people starving in America because of the benefits. And it's just like that's just like the plainest, that is the most surface level version of the story that's going on right now. Like you know, yeah, Trump is redoing the White House, I guess, and I don't really like love it, but yeah, he's doing that. But people realistically, if SNAP benefits go away, they're not going to. I don't think they're going to starve. Right? I don't think that every single person that's on SNAP benefits is just they're on the brink of starvation, and they just need that money right away. It's just not true.
Well, if you really need help with food, go to a food bank.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, it's not. I'm not saying that food banks are the solution.
No, of course not.
Food banks are great. I respect what they do. Gratefully, I've actually donated a lot to food banks.
Yeah,
My family has as well. I think it's a great thing. Especially because unfortunately there are people that are homeless or just down on their luck because of their circumstances, and that's not great. But that's how it should be. That's the thing. Not that it should be people are down on their luck, but it should be that if you are down on your luck, you should be able to get the resources that you need to survive and like live at least like a little bit comfortably.
yeah.
But it shouldn't just be this open free for all of like specifically if you don't make a certain amount of money no matter what, then you get free shit. It's like me or you right now could literally stop working our jobs, except for like 15 hours a week, 10 hours a week, and then do that for a little bit, and then we could get housing paid by the government,
Of course.
and we could get food paid by the government, and then we could get extra money from the
Yeah,
government.
you can get income assistance.
And it's more than a lot of people that actually work full time and struggle. That's not how it should be. Is what
Well,
I'm saying.
because
It shouldn't be that
it
way.
becomes part of a culture. Like there's like again with all this like again I see videos on Instagram. I don't want to say what I do for a living, but I
You already did
did
on the first stream, yeah.
I did I said I'm an accountant or
Yeah.
what did I go into details about like what I do like or no?
You kind of hinted at it.
Okay, like I work with a lot of like these benefits and whatnot. Not to like again reveal exactly who I work for and whatever, but I see it like firsthand with my job. Um, like with people, it's literally a way of life for a lot of families and whatnot. And there's people that get taught from birth that they're going to, as soon as they turn a certain age, they're going to get their own unit in the Section 8, and they're going to be 23 years old, living through the government. And again, like, what does that teach you essentially? Like, what does that teach you in life that from the age that you were college graduate, like, and again, a lot of people, they go to college and they graduate with like nice degrees and whatnot, but from the moment you were a college graduate, you are relying on the government for housing and food. How are you supposed to be independent at all? How are you supposed to actually like realistically pursue
Well, they're not.
happiness?
There's a great
You know?
example that I haven't like. It makes sense right off the tongue that I haven't like fully tried to digest, but like I heard it and I was like, wow, that actually makes sense. When you're at a park, when you're at a public park, and there's lots of animals and whatnot, every single public park,
Mhm.
the signs, what do they say?
I don't know.
They say don't feed the wild animals.
Okay.
Why do they say don't feed the wild animals? It's because the wild animals will become accustomed to getting fed and will rely on people instead of actually finding their own food.
Well, a better example would be a caged animal in a zoo. How can you release a caged lion back into society?
Well, yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
They're just domesticating these people, and these people are getting in the rhythm of it, And now this is all they know, and this is what they do because that's what life does. That's like it's been proven, obviously, whether you're an intelligent human or you're literally a frog, like one of the dumbest animals, like a frog or something, or like a turtle.
Mm,
If you are fed for free, if you are given this handout for free,
yeah,
that's what you become accustomed to and learn to do. And then they try to take that away and you struggle. So
yeah.
why are we putting people in these positions as to where we're basically making them dependent even though it's not guaranteed in the future because you never know what the future holds.
I
But
just
if
think,
you
yeah,
have your own empire in a sense where it's like you built your own life and you make your own money, then you are not dependent. But as soon as you make someone dependent, like that's messed up. It's almost like a toxic relationship of dependency.
I
You
agree.
know, it's like being with a
Yeah.
girl, or if you're a girl, being with a guy, where it's like you're dependent on them to function properly and be mentally stable. That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing at all.
Yeah.
And they're doing it with basic needs like food. That's a bad thing. They need to stop doing that.
Well, again, like how, again, it's one thing if you are a single mother and like you're really struggling with like children and whatnot. That's one thing. I understand like where that's coming, where you're like elderly and you're disabled. Like I can understand all that kind of stuff, right? Like I cannot fend for myself. I need it, but if you're like a young man or a young woman, and like again, the first thing you do, because again, it's sad to say, but I've seen it firsthand. Um, the first thing you do is just get on Section 8 and get on Snap. It's like, how are you supposed to be like a self-reliant person? How are you supposed to be like a self-sufficient person and go out and accomplish anything with yourself or do anything with your life if you're just constantly waiting every month for your freebie benefits all the time? And again, it's like, these programs they need to be completely audited and gutted from the top down. I was really enjoying like Elon. It's sad that like Doge kind of was a failure because what Elon and what people were doing at Doge and stuff like that, were trying to get through the actual mountain of crap that is with the government and whatnot, and get to this root cause of all this waste was an interesting, great proposal for America to like try to figure out because like no one's ever really done that for at least over
Yeah.
150 years. No one's really tried to do that and be like, okay, where is the real waste in this country? Where is it? And like since we've expanded like so many social services since like the 1930s, like we could have nonstop expanded, nonstop. And so we should try to find where the waste is, like where is all this crap going?
Well, yeah, it was great ideas, but the execution was poor because he attacked Elon and Doge kind of attacked real jobs. And see, like so much of America's waste is not with like the real jobs. It's with things like welfare, which is not a job. Expecting the taxpayers to pay for your food and your houses. It's with illegal immigration. Did you know 60% of illegal immigrants are on like welfare or SNAP benefits?
I don't know that. I mean, I would assume something like that, to be honest with you.
60%. That's millions of people. There's like what, like 25 million illegal immigrants in the United States, and 60% of them are getting paid to eat, paid to sleep by us.
Yeah. I
How
mean,
ridiculous is that? That's the kind of things that it really should have attacked. But it attacked it like it attacked like pilots, attacked like park workers. Like these are like these are real jobs. It's like I get that there's an aspect of it where it's like, oh, maybe like they're DEI hires or they're just like bad hires because they needed work and whatnot. I understand that, but that's not just because like you were hired in an unfair way doesn't mean you can't be good at the job. Let's be realistic here. How many people out there that have college degrees does their job have to do at all with the degree itself? It's like you get a job, you're taught what to do. It's like who really cares at that point? If you do the job good, who cares what the background is as long as you are qualified once you are taught what to do. Um,
yeah, I agree with
and
that.
Doge like really failed because they were just attacking people with real jobs and they didn't attack the actual issues of like where's the waste. It's like they did attack it like waste a little bit, but it was like government spending. And it's like let's be realistic.
Yeah.
What US citizen truly knows what the government is spending money on besides what they release?
Yeah.
And it's like what party what president hasn't wasted money?
I mean, constantly. I mean, the idea of like even deficit. Remember, there's people. There used to be a legitimate discussion like every 4 years about the deficit, right? That never gets talked about ever anymore. Every single president, if it's Trump, Biden, Obama,
Well, explain that. Explain that in detail.
well, but you know the national debt is right. The
Yeah,
deficit, like
of
the
course. Yeah.
rate, the rising national debt. There used to be people that were constantly thinking about it in like the 1990s, 2000s, and whatnot. Like, oh well, if we elect the spend, spending. Democrats used to be known for raising taxes and constantly spending and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
But there was a time like where there was presidents, like I think John F. Kennedy was one of the last presidents that actually balanced the budget and didn't go over the allotment of tax revenue that they brought in
Yeah.
and kicked out. Like every
Yeah.
single time we have to borrow. We have to borrow. And we have to borrow against China. We have to borrow from India and all these other countries.
Yeah.
And they borrow from us too. But we constantly just bloat our government to like insane. I mean, Trump's last bill, this big beautiful bill, like it's the biggest spending bill in American history. Again, it's not. And
Yeah.
again, the last president who
Well,
did a spending bill, again, it's
if
the
you look
biggest
at the
bill.
graph, ever since if you look at the graph,
Just not to cut you off though, our friend,
yeah.
our friend Alex Dunn did ask a question. He's asking thoughts on America and Israel being the only countries that vote against food being a human right. And that's a very interesting, like, at least question, just
Yeah,
with
no,
with
that's a good.
with everything that we're just talking about and whatnot. I don't know if he's exactly getting at because if you didn't know in Gaza, right, like the IDF, like Israeli forces, destroyed food and stopped food from being brought into. Like other countries bought food and
Yeah.
sent it to Israel, or sent it to Gaza,
Yeah, and the
and Israel
IDF destroyed
stopped it. Yeah,
Yeah.
and they destroyed the food.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like obviously like that's horrifying. That's fucked up. I don't think that food. I think that's horrible that America doesn't think food is a human right. It's just the my big issue with the SNAP thing is that there is so much constant abuse in the system of it. And I think it's just really terrible. And like
Yeah.
again, that's what gets me so pissed off about it is that like there's people that are receiving it, right? And again, with the current position I have in my job, I see a lot of people that and I've heard it from like property managers and whatnot, where there's people that are abusing the system through methods of paperwork, methods of knowing someone in an office, in a housing authority office, or in a benefits office, and they're abusing the system, and the resources are not exactly getting to the right people. Right? It's not getting to veterans or homeless people that really need it. It's people that are just constant recipients of the benefits over and over again that may not need them. Right?
Yeah.
And that's obviously a really giant issue to
Well,
tackle.
yeah, no, I think we could both agree that, the number one thing that humans really should be concerned about is the continuation of humans. Like that's just basic biology.
That's society.
That's society and it's basic biology. Every single animal wants to reproduce and continue on its legacy of some sort. So food should be a human right.
Mm.
There's a big aspect of it where it's like there's a lot of scamming involved, and that's what we have the real issue with. Like I said, if someone's disabled or someone is not able-bodied, disabled, really down on their luck for a temporary period of time and whatnot, those
Yeah.
people should be given food. The government can pay for that. The taxpayers could pay for that. That's fine. We need to change the system because like 80% of it is scamming. Um, to go what to he asked, how do we feel about, the United States and Israel being the only countries that feel that way? Number one, I would say that that's not entirely true. You go look at Venezuela, where Maduro, their leader, claims to, because he's socialist, the government pays for everything. Like the people are literally begging for food. Maduro's pushing on them how Trump wants to invade Venezuela, and the people are like, we don't care. There's no food on my table. So, that statement itself is a little like backhanded because that's not true. There's like, I mean, look at, I think, what is it, Nigeria too? It's like 60% of their people are
Yeah.
considered in like extreme poverty.
Well, I was gonna
Their
say,
government doesn't care about like actually feeding their people. But the United States and Israel does kind of openly, well, mainly Israel,
mm,
but we live in like slightly more capitalist lives in a lot of different countries, and it's like what else? Yeah, slightly.
I hate like I used to be like
We're not
that.
super capitalist. Don't get me wrong. Like
Well, I was gonna
we're
say,
not even close to like true capitalism.
I was gonna say because I understand like because so many Republicans and like I think we're both like kind of on the conservative side. But I hate the word capitalism now, at least in an American sense, because like we are so hardly capitalist. Like you are, if you are a multinational corporation located in this country, you get more subsidies and more free money than any of all the Section 8 people combined.
Yeah.
You get billions of dollars in freebies. Apple gets it, Microsoft gets it, Amazon gets it to show on a balance sheet and an income statement that you are profitable.
Yeah.
And every single president benefits from that because if the economy's good and the stock market's shooting up, right, which we saw with Biden, Trump, Obama, stock market's good, it's rising up, then you will be reelected on the economy because that's what you have to point to. Hey, look, guys, the economy's good. Look at the stock market. That's what they did.
Yeah.
And it's like I hate, and I love capitalism, and I love like the free market and whatnot, but China does capitalism too. They're not like they're a communist country in name, but they're
Yeah.
doing capitalism in their own way.
Yeah.
And it's not like what we're doing it so much better. Oh well, it's a true free market here. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But me and you, our small business, we can't get any free money from the government. Thing we're getting taxed and fined constantly. But if you're a multinational $1 trillion company, you get subsidies, you get corporate welfare.
Yeah.
So like, I agree. Like America's probably more capitalist, but it's hardly. I just hate like I like capitalism, but I just hate when we tack that onto it. Well, we're a capitalist. Well, we're a capitalist society. It's like, yes, we are. You have to buy shit like everywhere else in the world. But like, I'm like, yeah, but if you are part of like the S&P 500, you are in a new class of your own, where you're part of the government, where you have an audience with the president whenever you like. You go and talk to him. Hey, Trump. Yeah, that little experimental program we tried out, it didn't work out. We sold nothing. Yeah, nothing. We spent half the company's net worth on it. Yeah, I can be the White House tomorrow. Yeah. How many? How many billions? Yeah, we're gonna be there. Yeah, we're gonna send the whole team. All right, bye. It's like that's what's gonna happen to you. That's what's gonna happen.
No, let me go back to the original question of just like,
Yeah.
oh, like what is your opinion on Israel and the United States being the only two countries that don't think food is a human right? I'd say one, that statement is false. There's so many other countries that they may say food is a human right, and they are way worse than Israel or the United States. And I hate Israel. I hate Israel.
Or
But let's be real. There's countries that are a lot fucking worse for the people that live there specifically. What Israel does to other places is like some of the worst of the worst. But
Yeah.
the way they treat their own people is not nearly as bad, especially when it comes to food, as like other countries. Venezuela is my favorite example, as you know.
well,
Venezuela
yeah.
is so ass. Maduro is a corrupt, authoritarian socialist that abuses his power. His people get poor. He says he pushes through his media that Venezuela is not going through hyperinflation. Their dollar in the past 30 years has gone up 2 million%.
Yeah.
70% of them are considered extremely poor. They're begging for more food. They're begging for there to be some sort of change in their government so that way like they can actually work, get jobs and actually afford food. And their government is literally ignoring them entirely.
Right.
The second thing I want to say about that is just that, I do think it's like a little weird because like I was saying, I do think food is somewhat of a human right because we should take care of the human race as much as possible.
I agree.
It's just we have a bad system because the system
Well, I think
is so easy to scam through and most
yeah.
of it is scamming. We need a system that you can't scam through as much so that the people that actually need food get it. The people that want to scam can't scam. That way, like our taxes aren't as high and everything related to that. And that way our government isn't going in so much debt. What's the number? Isn't it like 47 million Americans are on SNAP benefits?
Yeah, it's something like 42 million Americans.
Yeah, 42 million. Like
So
there's
that's almost a third of all Americans.
there's there's different issues at hand where it's like, well, why is that the case?
Well, if you combine those people and then the amount of people that get Social Security benefits that are over 65 in this country, it's at least a third of all Americans are getting entitlements
Yeah.
from the government for free every single month. And again, that's
Which,
fine.
like you said too, that's not very capitalist.
No.
That is not very
No,
capitalist.
that's what I hate. Like again, I used to, that word used to be thrown around when I was like 18 or something like that. Like, oh well, we're a capitalist society. You have to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. And it's like, bro, like the amount of free money that's flying around America, it's like that word is hardly sticking to any country in the world. To be honest with you, I don't know. I can't think of one country where I'm like, yep, they're 100% capitalist over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right about like the food thing. there's probably 10 to 20 countries where there's a bunch of their people starving, but um yeah, they can claim that food is a human right for everyone. Okay, I mean, again, the problem is that it's not food going out to people, right? It's money going to people, right? And when you give out money to people to like go out and buy food, like you said, the problem is that they can really do whatever they want with it at that point. Their agency becomes, well, I could go out and buy food with this, or I can go out and make even more money, or I can go out and trade it, or I can go out and do whatever with it. There needs to be more regulation with it, and again, I think there needs to be more stringent rules on it. Again, if
Well,
you're
what do you think of so instead of giving people money to get food, which is obviously creates black markets and whatnot, what do you think of changing Snap to almost like food drives where it's like, all right, well, you could go to this place and take so much of these options of foods that we give you.
Mhm.
Instead of giving them the money to spend on it, you just go here and you have a limit of how much food you could take according to your situation, how many kids you have, um, how little money you make and whatnot, and you have options of food to take.
I
That way people aren't they're not given the money to trade and sort of scam their way through it. Do you think
I
that
mean,
would work?
that would be interesting. I like the idea that RFK had an idea where again, people freaked out about this because I think a lot of people like buy like chips and candy with
Yeah,
like
yeah,
they're buying like gummy bears. I don't know. I know what they
yeah.
do with it. But he was like, yeah, we should just be trying to like limit SNAP benefits to like real food, where it's like, okay, you want to buy fruits and vegetables, meats, cheeses, like that kind of stuff, where it made sense. And people freaked out about it because they want snacks. They want to buy like junk food with it, and
Yeah,
it's like,
they want to buy Popeyes.
yeah, they want to buy. Yeah, I mean that's what happens. You can go and buy.
I want a double quarter pounder with
Yeah,
cheese,
you can use
paid
that
by the
food. You can
taxpayer.
use that food to buy fucking little Debbie's and fucking cookies and stuff like that. That's the problem. And it's like,
Debbie's.
yeah, it's not good. And I think that like he had the right idea where it's like, yeah, we should try again. There's loopholes we talked about already, like where you can buy liquor. Like
Yeah.
there's loopholes with it. You could look up probably 10 different videos, no joke. I don't how I
Probably
buy
get like hundreds of videos, not just 10,
yeah,
like hundreds of
hundreds.
videos.
And yeah, I thought that was a good idea, but again, people hated that idea. They don't want again, the problem is that with everything in America is like once the genie's out of the bottle, it's like gambling. We were talking about like there's that whole scandal with basketball, right? And gambling if you didn't know. Um
I do know, yeah.
yeah, I know you know because you follow basketball, but it's
Yeah.
like and same thing with like
Terry Rozier, what are you doing? You make millions of dollars.
these are competitive people, brother.
And now the FBI arrested you.
These are competitive people, bro.
That's just being an idiot. That's not being competitive. That's being Michael Jordan was competitive. He would play a game of pool with his buddies and get so pissed off he'd have to leave if he wasn't winning. He's competitive. This guy is like, oh, well, I make millions of dollars, but I could make millions of more dollars if I scam my way through the system and I have some sort of insider trading where it's with betting instead of trading.
Yeah,
And I'm dribbling up to the 3-point line. Oops, the ball fell out of my hands. It's like, bro,
it's
like,
amazing. No,
it's
it's
incredible.
incredible.
It's incredible the greed.
Well, I mean, yeah,
The greed is
it's
disgusting.
not enough to have tens of millions of dollars. Need more.
Yeah. I need
But this is the world these guys live in. They're like, if I just had more. It's crazy to me. Like I think about like all sorts of different athletes. Like I think about like the Kelsey brothers and whatnot. I'm like, it's not enough to just be a pro athlete. You need to be a
Yeah.
celebrity, and I need to be a podcaster, and I need to make even more money on this side. I need to be a gambling magnet. It's like gluttonous.
Yeah.
It's going against. It's going against. The reason I'm thinking of it this way because I was just talking to Zach. It's going against God. Essentially, it's like it's not enough that you
Yeah,
had this
yeah.
talent to be a pro athlete. You have to go even fucking further with it and make money by cheating. That's
Yeah.
what it is. Like
Yeah,
you need to make
yeah.
money by
No, it's
cheating.
it's pure gluttony, it's pure greed.
Yeah.
It consumes people. It really does, which
Yeah.
excuse me, baffles my mind.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of hard to talk about it because like it is kind of human nature to be selfish,
Yeah.
but it makes you think, how selfish can someone be? You
I
know?
agree.
Like I feel like there's a lot of people that would get a lot of money, and there has been a lot of people that get a lot of money, and they're selfish to an extent, but then they're not like overly selfish where they're scamming the systems to get more and more and more. But then there's a lot of fucking people that will. That there's a lot of people like you got to think of it like of a business mindset. There's a
Yeah.
lot of people that get pretty high up in their job. You know, maybe they're making like 300 grand a year,
Yeah.
and they kind of just chill there. They're like, cool, this is good. You know, I worked hard. I did what I had to do to get up here. Now I'm here. I'm happy. I'm good. I'm well fed. I got a nice home. I got
Yeah.
a boat or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And then there's some people, you know, they hit that 300 grand mark and they're like, I need more.
Well,
I need it now.
they
I
either
need
yeah
more.
they either hit that, like you said, they're either the type A guy where it's like it's enough, or it's type B guy where it's like now I need to make millions, or they start walking around like they're a millionaire and they start cheating on their wife or something like that, and they
Yeah.
cheat on their family, and they buy the sports car they don't need, and they become like this kind of person where it's like their whole life is about chasing the initial high where it's like I make 300 grand a year. That's how what this basketball player is.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, you know, Terry Rozier, there was others too.
Of
I just
course.
know Terry Rozier because he was on my fantasy team last year and
Mm.
he sucked and I dropped him. But I wonder why he sucked now. It's probably
Maybe
because he was messing up on purpose for this insider betting.
he's amazing.
It is crazy.
It's just
Fuck
amazing.
you. I came in second place, and if you tried your hardest, maybe I wouldn't have. Maybe I would have
It's
kept
just
you, and you would have been that little extra bit that I needed. But
it
apparently,
makes sports so much shittier, to be honest with you.
well,
Like
it makes anything
I
shittier. But yeah,
I
sports, yeah.
I'm sorry, I really like watching football. Like I really gotten into it like this year especially, and like I really enjoy it, but like every single person you sit there and talk to, like they have to gamble on it like constantly.
Yeah.
And like
I mean, I gamble on it. I placed 2 parlays today,
I know, and like again,
and neither of them hit. I'm a
there's
degenerate, dude. I lost $20.
there's nothing there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, it's bad, but like I don't know. Like it's like I think there's gonna be, and again, it makes like kids like I can't imagine like if we had like we didn't have gambling when we were in high school and whatnot, but there's kids that and there's gambling now in every aspect of life. You can gamble now on the governor's races that are going on in New Jersey and Virginia. Gamble on New York
Yeah.
mayor's races. Gamble on South Park episodes that are coming out. Like
Dude, they're really into. Let me read this text I got today. Actually, this
everything.
is gonna blow your mind.
Oh yeah.
This text I got today.
Oh, do you ever go on Venmo and
Listen
you
to
try?
this.
All right, go ahead. But yeah.
Football equals voting. This is like a bot text I got.
Hell yeah.
This is for the a governor race. It says this governor and this college versus this governor and this other college. And tomorrow vote for this governor.
This is the governor of a state.
Paid by New Jersey PAC. He literally just said football equals voting. Betting equals voting, pretty much.
I mean, yeah, that's how it is basically.
And
You're at
you
least
should. We're
you're
gonna
changing
take.
you're
Yeah,
changing the odds, bro. But it's one of
yeah.
those things where it's like it's unbelievable
It's
because
ridiculous.
I don't understand like how can if you're a kid and you have access to this at like 8, even at like I don't how well do they verify these kids, like you could be like probably
Oh
17
no,
and
dude.
gamble.
Me and some of my friends, we used to bet on Action 247, which is like an illegal gambling site that you can. There's like it's illegal, so there's like no age limit and
Yeah,
whatnot. And I was doing that at like 15.
yeah,
And then also on top of that, you have things like Counter Strike, you know, and this is
yeah,
why Counter Strike got sued heavily,
yeah,
is because there's gambling on Counter Strike. Opening cases is gambling. You're spending money to try to win money, pretty much.
yeah.
And the odds are very low. And they got sued for this because a lot of children were doing it, and they got sued for having minors gamble.
Which
And
is
it's
fucked up, man.
which is fucked up. I mean, we got a smart system, and I do think, you know, if your child is gambling away all your money, like you're probably doing something wrong. You're probably not taking like
You're probably not paying
you're not
attention to
paying
your kid.
attention enough. Yeah, like it's your
Yeah,
fucking child, dude. Like
yeah,
pay
it's
attention. Pay attention to your money. You know, don't like micromanage your kid, but it's just like, you know,
yeah.
if you're giving them your credit card to like pay for stuff and they're running it up on like Counter-Strike skins on cases to open to hope to get the big skin, hope to get that emerald butterfly. It's like you're probably like a shitbag. You're like
Probably not a great
terrible.
parent.
Like, yeah, like you don't go, oh yeah, here's my credit card. Yeah, you know, do whatever. Oh wow, you spent 2,000? That's not okay. Oh, I'm gonna sue Counter Strike now.
But it's like it's probably like again that's probably bad if you just willy nilly give your little Bill your credit card and he goes and gambles all your money away. That's you being irresponsible as a parent. But if your kid develops like a gambling like addiction because of a game's game mechanics that are set up like a gambling like addiction, then yeah, I do think it's kind of the game's fault. And same exact thing with like
Yeah,
Klarna and like all these gambling sites, like even like go on Robinhood. I'm just buying regular stocks and on Robinhood it's like predictions. It's like this is gambling too. And
yeah.
it's like this is if the whole country's gonna be just a giant casino, then where are we headed? You know? We're already headed the stock market is half a casino anyway. It's half there. All right. It's I don't want to sit there and say, oh well, you can make yeah, you can make educated buys and whatnot, and you can do your due diligence with the stock market. But right now, at least in the current stock market, there's about 7 companies that control the entire US economy. They're all AI technology based.
Yeah.
Right. And that's a gamble. We all know AI is kind of a gamble. So far it hasn't done really much except get a bunch of people fired and create fucking videos where Ronald Reagan is saying that yeah, well, son, I am selling crack to black people.
Yeah.
Like that's what it's
Or
doing.
or like Kobe Bryant
Yeah,
being like, "Oh, I'm giving chicken to the homeless. I'm gonna get 100 chicken wings."
yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, here's it for free." And then it's like Kobe Bryant at his home, like they really thought I was giving this away, and he's eating chicken.
Well, so basically, so far, all it's done is the giant stock that's holding up the entire country is stock that's making everyone's electric bill go up, putting everyone out of a job, and creating funny videos for people to repost on Instagram.
Yeah.
And if that fails, we are looking at a giant recession that's going to plummet the country into a shit black hole abyss. And then what? And then what?
Well, to
People
be
are just going to have a
fair,
bunch of
you're
money.
also avoiding the military aspect of it,
What do you mean?
to be fair. So much AI is integrated into the military now.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, is that
That's
like
probably not gonna go
is that
anywhere.
a good thing? Like again, what does that even mean?
Well, I don't think that's very good for war or the human race, but it is like extremely effective.
In what way?
Headsets that you use with AI integrated into it so that you could detect enemies or like, danger in front of you. Like you put on a headset with a visor that's controlled by AI that has like a little screen in it that shows you like this is an enemy,
We didn't have that
this is
beforehand.
dangerous. We've probably had it for a little bit now, but not that long. It's not like they had that in the 50s.
Yeah, that's like 100 years ago.
That's what I'm saying. It's not like we
But
had that.
that's my that yeah, that's correct somewhat.
That is pretty stable where it's like, I don't see AI
But
failing. Like I see Palantir doing good no matter what happens with the rest of AI because Palantir
they
is
make
so
weapons.
then they make weapons and it's like there's nothing wrong going it's not like the weapons are gonna fail and take over and kill everybody. At
You don't
least
know
as of
that.
right now.
You
Well,
ever seen
that's what I'm
Terminator?
saying as of
Have
right
you ever seen
now.
Terminator,
Oh
bro?
man, the movie, bro.
That's what happens in Terminator.
Don't care,
Skynet.
bro.
Skynet.
Like I'm sorry, bro. It's like the movie does not worry me. The fantasy made up does not worry me. You know?
Okay. All right. Fine.
The fantasy does not worry me about reality. The reality of it is that we have AI and military of drones that will attack ships and people specifically, and it doesn't fail as of right now. And the reality of it is that
What,
we
do
have
you see?
headsets and whatnot
Do you
that
see
can
how you're
just
saying
help you
as of right
detect.
now? Let me interrupt you. Do you see how you're saying, oh, as of right now, right? But
Yeah,
they have studies where show that AI will use hostile environments to get what it wants out of humans. Right? There was that
yeah,
whole controlled study where they put AI into they put AI into a work email server, a fake one, right?
yeah.
And they asked AI to like do something and whatnot, and then when the AI didn't get what it wanted, didn't get like the file or excuse me, get the file what they wanted, they threatened the other employee with blackmail.
Mhm.
That was just on its own. They threatened the employee with blackmail, right? With like, oh well, you were sleeping with your other coworker. I'm going to give this to your wife. If you don't give me the information. So like, if you're integrating AI into military equipment, like, and then you threaten to
Well, that's
delete the
that's
AI,
different AI
how is it different?
because that AI that's an informational based AI of like
What's the difference in put?
that is a database AI version where military AI, let's say in the headset, is solely based off of recognizing patterns for military, let's say like heat seeking, like thermal vision.
Okay.
This is a human, this is an animal. It's not even programmed, nor can it take data of personal information.
I guess so.
It can't do that. Like it literally can't do that.
But didn't we have
That's
that
why-
already?
that's
Didn't we
why-
have that already? Like with like what I was saying before, I was like, didn't we have that already? Where like if you're flying the fighter jet, right, or flying the jet, and you see an enemy or something like that, didn't they already have like some kind of like locking system already, like automatically? There was always like a
Locking
locking
system is an AI though. That's just like programming.
Okay.
It wasn't AI. I'm sure too. Like in the past, like much earlier than a lot of people probably think.
Okay.
There was like some sort of like AI integrated into it, but it's very different. Like now we have like real artificial intelligence that knows what's up with what specifically they want it to know.
Well,
Because
because
they
we
control
feed, you
it. See,
feed
like
it.
what's
You feed it.
scarier with AI to me is more like Chat GPT. Like because what you were saying was how like databases. That's what scares me.
Mm.
People's personal information. That's what scares me. They're trying to make Palantir the military aspect. I see as kind of a good thing to try to stabilize the world's military because as long as every military of every country has a really strong military, typically war doesn't happen. War typically a lot of the times happens when one military is way stronger than the other and they're like, "Oh, we could do something here.
I mean,
We
hey,
could
look at.
take them over."
I was gonna say, hey, look at Russia and Ukraine,
Yeah,
us in the Middle
exactly.
East. Like, if we think we can get in there and win, that's what the wars we do. I mean, we've been doing
Yeah.
that for the last 50 years
Yeah.
with like Korea, through to Vietnam, through to the Middle East wars.
Yeah, but then it's like nuclear is a really great, according to Trump, the N word.
He's such a
The N word, nuclear.
He's such a way with words, that
If
man.
if you look at that and it's like, oh, well, now all these major countries have nuclear, it's like, oh, well, we're not fighting each other because we know that we're kind of equal in strength because we have not necessarily equal. Like the United States is much stronger than Russia, China, as of right now. Like uh, but they have powers of mass or weapons of mass destruction. So it's like we're not immediately fighting with them because we understand how bad shit could get.
Yeah.
But it's like if China or Russia, let's say Russia attacks Ukraine and Russia is like a billion times weaker than Ukraine.
Yeah.
You think Ukraine's just gonna be like, oh, like you better stop or we're gonna fuck you up? It's like no, they're gonna invade and take over.
Yeah.
That's just what happens. So it's probably better since AI is already a thing that everyone has it in a sense. All the major countries have some sort of military weaponized AI. But what's more scary is the database AI, where it's like, oh, I'm gonna find your Discord chat or your text messages, and I'm gonna base off of what I think whether what you're saying is dangerous or not, and I'm gonna arrest you based off of
They're gonna
that because
threaten.
that attacks
They're gonna
freedom of
threaten
speech.
my Discord kittens. You know,
Yeah,
my bitches, my Discord AI
yeah,
bitches.
my 600-pound.
Whoa, 600 pound, maybe 340, 350 power, but there, pal.
My bad.
All right, and that's the skinny one.
So 600 pound then. 340 is the skinny one.
That's the skinny one, so it goes up to, yes, it does go up to 600 pounds.
Yeah, all right,
I had to say that because I have this
we-
hat on. I just was thinking about that. I was like, this is
You have one on?
the
yeah.
the Discord mod hat.
Yeah.
You know, this is
Well,
what,
that's Indiana Jones. Don't
It is Indiana
disrespect Indiana Jones.
well, Indiana Jones. This was Indiana Jones hats because
Discord hat is a fedora.
yes, he does. But I'm saying this was Indiana Jones's hat in the movies back in the 80s, right? But now, 2025, this is a Discord mod hat. So if Indiana Jones came,
No. A Discord mod hat is still way less country than that. It's
This
much
is-
more fedora, like
Yeah.
I'm gay hat.
I'm gay hat.
Literally like an I'm gay. I have no sense of style.
I'm a fat nerd.
Like I'm a loser. Let me put on this hat. Oh, this is so sharp.
What is it? What does a Discord mod play? Like, what's the game they play? You know?
It's a bunch of different games.
Is it
You know what I get a lot of on like Instagram
What?
is VR chat.
Ooh, that is a Discord guy
A lot
getting
of
game.
pedophilia on that shit.
Dude,
man.
there's a video. There's a
That's
guy.
what Discord mods like.
But I'm saying there's a Discord. There's a guy who who
That's
I
what this
watch.
guy watching Alex. That's what he likes. He likes kids.
He likes kids. Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Well, I don't think he's watching him.
yeah,
I think
Alex,
he just commented and then left.
and left immediately.
Yeah, he saw us streaming and then left.
Yeah, he's probably playing like Counter Strike.
Yeah, he's got better shit to do than listen to us. He sees us all the time. But no, I mean, I watch this guy who like goes into like VR chat and they're like literally like they're literally like up against each other. Like it's like two cat people. They're like grinding against each other. And then the guy goes up to them and they get pissed off. They're like, "No, go away. I have like phantom touch."
Yeah, no, it's the
I have
Phantom
phantom
sense.
touch, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, yeah.
It's like it literally goes beyond. It goes beyond the Discord, like, or not Discord, but it goes beyond the game where I guess like two like people on VR dresses like
They're furries.
yeah,
they're all
yeah.
furries.
That's what I was looking for. I was like, they're two furries like grinding on each other, and like some other guys just when the guy's like, whoa, 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 stop, stop, all right. This is my
Yeah, and then you're like, well, how old are you? And he's like, oh, I'm 32. And then he's like, well, how old is your Discord kitten? And he's like, well, she's 15, but we're not doing anything sexual until she turns 18. But I do say on the side how I just can't wait. I'm hungry.
Oh God. What if it's like it's just actually two 40-year-olds and it's like, well no, in the game she's 15, but I'm still 40. Like it's kind of like a fantasy kind of thing for them. You know? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's we're hitting a line of fantasy and reality.
I mean these people they're not even in reality anymore. They're in VR and they're at a fake bar as furries. Um like pretending that they're having like a social life and it's amazing to me, honestly. It's pretty cool, you know? But
I'm being told that we never answered the question.
we did.
Well, we did. They just had no patience. You might have like saw it late.
I probably saw it late. I mean, again, I'm talking to you. I'm trying to keep an eye on this, but you know, it's all good. We'll make a clip of it, and you can check
Did
it
you
out
send
later.
it to Alex?
No,
How did they find it?
it's in my bio and Instagram.
Maybe.
I didn't send it to anyone. I just started it up.
Yeah, I know Giacomo's hyped for their
When's Giacomo coming on?
shit. Maybe sometime soon. Maybe Thursday. You know, we
Never.
stream every Thursday. You know, I want to say this for the clip. We are doing a giveaway.
Holy
If
crap!
this short gets 100,000 likes, we are giving away a PS5 to
Oh my god!
whoever gets the top comment. 100,000 likes, PS5 is yours. So
That's right, guys. 100K likes.
you know, leave a nice comment, leave a like. We get 100K. We'll do a nice fair giveaway. We'll use a nice generator. I'll plug in all the accounts and whatnot. We'll do a giveaway. We'll do a PS5. And you know what? We'll throw in a game too. And it'll be of your choice. You tell us if you like playing Mortal Kombat, Call of Duty, Battlefield. Battlefield 6 has been great.
Looks pretty cool.
I've been playing, so I didn't buy Battlefield 6.
You played like the beta or something like that?
No,
or-
I've been playing the Battle Royale. It's free. It's like basically what Call of Duty Battle Royale. What
yeah, it's
Warzone.
Warzone. Yeah,
It's what Warzone should have been.
except Warzone's got like Chucky and like Jason running around.
Yeah,
It's like
Warzone's
Fortnite.
like basically, yeah. Let me jerk out all this money. Let me jerk.
Mm-hmm.
Let me jerk out all the money of these like little kids that still play this.
Well, I mean, that's what Fortnite basically is. It's like, do you like The Simpsons?
You know, it's for a dude like fuck, what's his name? Like Mr. or Doctor Disrespect. I don't know how much you know about the guy, but he's a pervert.
Yeah, I heard he
Got
was a
banned off
pedophile.
Twitch.
He's a
Yeah, he's a
pedophile.
pedophile. Warzone is for Doctor Disrespect and pedophile.
He was so big.
Battlefield is for real fellas.
He was such a huge person, like back in the day,
Yeah.
YouTuber. Like back in the day, I'm talking about like 2 years ago.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
You could be a pedophile like Doctor Disrespect, and you could still have a huge following and make money.
Of course.
Is he? I watched some people on Rumble. He's on Rumble.
He still makes surprise shit ton of
I don't
money.
watch him. I've never really cared for him,
No, I don't really
but
care about. I mean, not for nothing. It's just not my cup of tea to
he had
watch a
some
guy play
funny clips.
games.
But it's
Yeah,
like you find out a dude's a pedophile, and it's just like, all right, well, no.
yeah.
How am I supposed to enjoy a clip now? This guy needs to be taken down.
It's like trying to
This guy
watch.
needs to get
Yeah,
arrested. But
it's like trying to listen to P Diddy's music now. I'm like, this guy's
yeah,
oiling up dudes'
yeah.
butts and fucking the shit out of
It's
them.
like yeah, let me
I
put on
can,
this R. Kelly real quick.
yeah,
Bam.
yeah, exactly. Great point. It's like I like
Yeah,
some
like
of the R.
imagine
Kelly
being with
stuff.
your boys and you're all vibing, maybe you're drinking or smoking or whatever, and you're listening to music and you're going around putting songs on, and like you come up to the lineup and you're like, yo, this R. Kelly song is gas.
I will say though, if you ever see Locked in the Closet
Oh,
or
of
Trapped in the
course, trapped
Closet,
in the closet. I
that
mean,
has to go. That goes
listen.
beyond R. Kelly because it's a work of art. It's a
It,
work
it,
of art. That fucking
no, I
series,
agree. I agree. That's
Trapped in the Closet.
it's its own category of
It's
thing.
it's so like it literally goes so beyond. It's so funny. It's so like good.
It really
It's
is.
so good. I
It
don't.
really
I know
is.
he's fucked up. He's in jail, isn't he, or no? I have no idea. He's in jail, right? Right. Well, he's where he needs to belong. But you know, bad people sometimes
He
make
like
good
peed on like
things.
a 14-year-old. Like,
Hey, guy has problems, bro. He's fucked up.
well, so supposedly the 14-year-old gave him a fake ID saying that she was 18. But now let me say this:
What are you doing that though?
the average person. All right, well, listen, if you got a pee kink, I'm not judging. He's not
I
judging.
am judging.
All right, he's judging.
I
I'm
don't
not
think
judging.
I think if you're
You do
peeing
you. Maybe you got some trauma. You like
if you're
pissing.
peeing on people, like I don't know. That's not exactly
But let
what
me
you should
say
be doing.
this: there is no man alive that can't tell the difference between a 14 and an 18-year-old.
Or he's gleefully looking past it.
Or yeah, he's hungry.
He's like,
He's
I don't
hungry.
care. That looks good enough to me.
If a 14-year-old handed you a fake ID, maybe you don't know fake IDs. That's fine.
Yeah.
But you could definitely be like, this person looks way too young for me. I don't want to do anything. This is weird. You know, like it's crazy to me because people make this argument because there's like disorders where some people look young. Um, they like look too young because they're disordered. They look 10 years younger than they are. Like some people like they have puberty issues and whatnot. And it's like, dude, like what the fuck are we getting into? You know how little people that is? That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, little people we're talking about right now? That's like a true minority. Like there's less of those people than there is like I don't know, like trans people are like a little less than 1%. It's like we're talking about like 1% of that 1%. Like what the
Yeah.
fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, it's true.
Stop defending that shit, you weirdo. Like what's wrong with you? Literally, what is wrong?
No, it's so fucked, bro. It's literally so fucked.
I'm
But
use the bathroom though if you want to entertain the audience.
yeah, sure, we can talk about I don't know where again, our friend of ours brought this up to me, but apparently like I don't know if there was some other thing with like, Charlie Kirk's wife that came up that I thought was really interesting. I will say this about JD Vance because I know this has something to do with him. Him in his Halloween costume, at least he has a good sense of humor about the memes, He like threw on a wig. You see that or no?
Yeah.
He threw on a wig and was kind of goofing. He was like goofing and gabbing with people about like his like meme basically like where it's like the guy with the long hair that like the edited photo of JD Vance, everyone knows it, where he's got like long hair and like the fat face and whatnot. People have like goofed on that for I think since he started showing up basically. So he at least was pretty funny about it. I think it's his first like I think this is his first Halloween being vice president. Um so again, like, he's got a good sense of humor about it, but there's basically this like weird, very odd, very odd clip, very odd I don't even know what it was. I guess it was I think it was the Turning Point um kind of like conference or something. I really don't know. I never really followed these people that closely, but people are kind of like clowning on him because, Charlie Kirk obviously was killed like a month ago, and his wife was there talking about him, talking about his life and whatnot, and then brings up JD Vance and very affectionately kind of hugs him and gives him kind of like a almost like a wraparound, almost like a wraparound kind of kiss hello and whatnot, and people are kind of like, whoa, this is kind of close, this is kind of like a little too hot for TV almost. And I saw it and I was like, yeah, this is a little like affectionate looking, I just thought it was really really quite funny. I don't really know what much else to possibly say about it because I mean, it's all hearsay, kind of all speculation about like what it really means. I mean, hey, you never know. That could be the ticket right there for 2028 for the Republicans is JD JD Vance, and then the VP is Erica Kirk. Saying fuck it. We're gonna invoke this man's death. We're gonna take his wife. We're gonna make her vice president. And see what kind of goes down essentially, and see what could happen and whatnot. And you never know. That could even lead to more speculation and more controversy where it's like, well, now they're president and vice president if they win in the next election. And it's like, yeah, this is a good, he's a young man and she's a pretty looking gal and whatnot. And you never know. I mean, again, who knows? Who knows? People are probably reading a little too much into it. And again, I think we live in a culture where it's very easily so easily to kind of see something like that and go, yeah, yeah, you know what? If my man was doing that or whatever, I shouldn't do the racist voice, but if my man was doing something like that, that would really piss me off. You know what I mean? That would really make me mad, essentially. And no, I can see it. I can see it somewhat. Like the
This
rapper.
guy's using black voice.
I was using black
What's
voice.
going on here?
Do you hear me? Did you like keep the stream for a second?
No, all I heard was you being like, if my man was.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I don't know if you saw.
Still talking about JD Vance and Erica Kirk.
Yeah, I was just briefly talking about. I don't really know if there's much to say.
Yeah, no, like let's be real, like meme wise,
It's funny.
JD Vance getting a little handsy there.
Well, she was getting handsy with him, I thought.
I think they were both
They were both
getting
getting
a little,
handsy. It's kind of like the
realistic side of it.
Her grabbing his head like this.
Yeah,
grabbing the waist,
his hand, yeah, grabbing her. But like realistic side of it, it's a weird situation. It's tough because you take it's one thing losing your husband. It's another thing being famous and losing anybody. How people react differently and whatnot.
That's why fame is like so horrible.
Fame is terrible because it's like no matter what you do on the internet, you're gonna have people who are criticizing you for it.
Yeah.
Now, do I think the way she's handling it is weird? Yes. Do I think JD Vance and her again a little handsy? Yes. But I also think too, like you don't know, we don't know. It could be
anything.
It could be all like a show trying to get the Republicans because MAGA, Charlie Kirk, Erica Kirk, huge MAGA people. I wouldn't say we're really like MAGA. We lean right for sure.
No.
But we're not like, we're not these like zombie MAGA people. Everything that they say is correct. We have to do everything. And they might be like, it could be a multitude of things. It could be, maybe there's a crazy affair going on. Probably not. Maybe they're doing it to gain MAGA's trust and get more supporters and whatnot. Because it's like, oh, like, look at how friendly the vice president is with this poor widow.
I was saying when you went to the bathroom real quick, I was saying, oh, this could be the ticket in 2028, basically.
Yeah, I mean, they could use that for JD Vance. Some people say that Erica Kirk's going to run for president someday, and maybe she will. I don't think she's going to win.
I mean, yeah.
I don't think she would win, really. Like, I think people.
Yeah, stranger things have happened.
I'd say, see, because stranger things have happened. There's always a chance.
Yeah.
But I think, like, if you want to talk about young people and politics and the future of politics, well, the future is the younger people.
Right.
And I would say that the majority of young Republicans aren't MAGA, they're Republican. And that's a big issue for MAGA because it's like, well, a lot of people think JD Vance is a Fed. They think he's like a built up politician. They think he works for the CIA or the FBI, which I also kind of believe.
That is 100% correct.
They think it's weird how like quick And that was a bad snap. A quick Erica Kirk is supposedly gotten over her husband dying, which realistically, if you look at like sideline videos, like she's like always crying about it, like
Of
'cause it's
course.
like it's a terrible thing.
Well, she's like
Um,
probably a trained media person and has to be like,
exactly, yeah, it's like all media trained shit. But the issue is that we like the most of the young Republican Party doesn't really like MAGA, and a lot of the young Democratic Party doesn't like, people like Joe Biden or Kamala Harris. It's like, I do see, I like seeing it too. Like the young people that are actually interested in politics are kind of looking towards more of like
yeah,
a generally America first type of style where they don't like all of the lobbyists paying our government to say what they say and like who they like vote in, who they care about, and who they push and whatnot. But it's just tough because the government's got all this money and it is the government. It's so powerful. It's the strongest government in the entire
well, I
world.
think there's like a legitimate push from young people on both sides of the aisle, like liberal and conservative, Republican and Democrat, where they want to see like a party work for them. And I think that like again, right now, like MAGA, Trump is in power, and I think young people like Trump is a very unique figure.
Yeah.
He's able to kind of grab both sides of the age. Essentially, he can grab boomers and he can grab young people. He just is a very unique politician in that way.
Yeah.
I mean, again, there's only one other, there's no president in modern times that has come back after losing a re-election and being reelected. Like, there's no president. It's hard. Like, there's hardly a person you can compare Trump to in the modern age. But I think that young Republicans are going to be hard pressed to swallow someone like JD Vance if it was put in their front of their face for them
Yeah.
to be like, you, this is who you got to vote for, man. You know, this is where you gotta. They'd be like, nah. And same exact thing with like Democrats. I think that Democrats, if they had to swallow someone like Gavin Newsom
Yeah.
as their leader, like this like corporate bot Democrat, they're gonna be like, yeah, this sucks.
I mean, yeah, he's terrible. He's literally like just only like
Sucks.
he
But
he's lost. California is dying almost as a state. It's not like literally dying. They have like the fifth biggest economy in the world, I believe. Like if
yeah,
California, I believe, was a country, I read this today, they'd have the fifth largest economy in the world,
oh yeah,
only below Germany, which is crazy.
yeah,
But Gavin Newsom is like the guy that was like, we're gonna give illegals and immigrants in general free health care. It's only gonna cost like $2 billion, and then it costs them like tens of billions of dollars, and now California is in an $11 billion deficit because of it.
yeah.
He's an idiot.
It's insanity.
He's like a dumbass. I don't know, but I hope to see in the future, young people start voting more because the young voters is very small compared to older people who do vote and whatnot. I
Right.
think it's only like a third of the country even votes really.
Yeah,
Um,
I can see it getting like better and better to be honest with you, because I don't know. I think like politics has become such like an ingrained part of society at
yeah,
this
we're in
point.
such a very political era.
Well, I mean, it's hard to
And it's
avoid.
like hard to avoid because the economy is so bad. That's when people start getting into politics. If everything was good and dandy,
Yeah, it's no
why
problem.
care? I don't care. Yeah,
Yeah,
like, oh, a Democrat or a Republican's in office, the economy's good. I could buy a house at 22. I could
yeah,
start a family. I have a decent job. I could take care of myself and my friends and my family. It's like no one really cares. When shit's bad, like it has been for
yeah,
the economy, that's when people really start caring, and that's when people start disagreeing. And our government now tries to pin us against each other, which is a really bad thing. And as a lot of young people see that, so as we go forward and these older people are like getting like they don't have power anymore because they get older and older, and these younger people who feel this way get into power, which is the best way, by the way. If you want to make
yeah,
change, you start small, but you go into positions of some sort of power. Run your school board, your local school board.
mm,
Run for little parts of your local government and whatnot. It's like
yeah,
you could be 23 and do that. And if you have strong values and you believe and you're educated, you could totally win. And then you have small bits of power and it grows from there. It's not like it's not like you could just you'll never be like congressman, let's say, or a senator or something like that.
It's
Like, you never
possible, yeah.
really
You
know.
gotta
It's
start
possible,
small,
but you
yeah.
got to start somewhere. And it's like starting somewhere may feel like nothing, but it means so much more
State assembly, like
than you would think.
you work your way through and whatnot, and like it's kind of like meant to be like that, where it's not you're not supposed to be like your one of your state's senators like your first go around.
Yeah.
Our vice president did that magically.
Yeah.
He was just so talented. He just had to go right to the Senate with no money. He was also broke, guys. He was also
He
super
was pretty
poor
super
and
poor.
didn't know anybody, but he also went to Yale Law School.
You know who was poor and is actually dope and worked hard to get where they want to be? VJ Edgecombe, the Sixers, rookie pick for basketball for the NBA. He's the GOAT. Let me tell you about this guy,
I
because
don't know anything about it.
you
I
don't
don't really
watch too
follow
much
basketball now.
basketball.
I'm a football guy.
This is the coolest shit. Think of
Yeah.
it in football terms, right?
Okay.
There's a rookie, and his first few games, he's playing incredible. Like top 15,
Nice.
top 10 even.
Nice.
And like he's getting interviewed and they're like, "Oh, well, like, what's your favorite part about playing so well and whatnot?" And you know what he says? This young guy,
Yeah, we
fresh in the league, trying his hardest. He says, "I'm just so proud of how far I came." He goes,
That's nice.
"I had no electric for 7 years. We lived off a generator."
It's amazing.
He's like, "And I want to be the next greatest thing." He was like, "I've come so far. Why should I stop? I love this. I'm so happy. I'm so lucky.
It's
I've
amazing.
worked so hard. Now I'm here and I'm going to keep working hard." That's what the youth is truly about. When there's beauty, like it's the beauty of the youth that actually understands the power that they hold throughout their youth
Sure.
and how fantastic they could truly be. And it's just the beginning, you know?
Well, it's one of those things where it's like that's an amazing story because that kid, all he probably did every single day was just shoot hoops.
And I'm not a Sixers fan. I'm a big Sixers hater, but I love this kid.
Yeah.
Because yeah, it's like he shot hoops
Thank you.
and then he realized, hey, I'm pretty good at this. I'm gonna work real hard to get where I am.
Yeah.
And he does, and he's in like fuck nowhere. But he's so good because he's working so hard his whole youth. He's probably like sacrificing so much
Yeah. Yeah.
to now finally make it for his poor family. They couldn't afford electric, dude. Like,
Amazing.
It's
Well,
it's a beautiful thing, man.
that's amazing. Like again, I think people really love. I think people really hate like because like we were just talking about politics. Like politics, there's so many douchebags and people that are just they were just rich beforehand.
Yeah.
We have Cuomo running in New York. We have Trump as president. We got fucking Pritzker in Chicago. Gavin Newsom in California. These are all people that if they weren't in politics, they would just be rich guys, no matter what.
Yeah.
Cuomo, his father was governor of New York. He was governor of New York. Now he wants to be mayor of New York City. Trump, if he was not president, he would just be a rich billionaire whose father gave him fucking 5 blocks in the center of Manhattan for free. Here you go, son. Go ahead. Hopefully it works out for you.
Yeah.
Prisker, he is the heir to the I'm pretty sure at least he's the heir to the Hilton hotels. He's a billionaire too. And Gavin Newsom, his father was the owner of the estate of Getty Images.
Yeah. That's crazy.
It's just like
that's crazy.
People
That's huge.
have
The
money.
Images is huge. Yeah,
They just have money.
that's why it's nice to see someone that actually did.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
agree.
like JD Vance is like he
Fake.
sucks because he's fake. He's
Fake.
fake poor.
It is fake porn.
He's fake poor.
And it's like they roll out the red carpet for his fake porn too.
And we're probably gonna get hate for that too. There's definitely gonna be some
There's
people.
boomers that are being fucking brainwashed every day and be like, he was a veteran. Yes, he was a veteran. Yes, he's a veteran. He was a photographer in Iraq. He went there. Yeah, he's a vet. I won't argue with that. But the problem is that these boomers are getting brainwashed every day where it's like, well, he was a really poor kid.
Yeah.
He was a really poor kid who no one knew who he was, but right after he wrote that book, Ron Howard directed his movie and put it right on Netflix right away for everyone to see.
Immediately.
Really.
Oh, he was also on Tucker Carlson's show on Fox 46 times.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
And he just met Peter Thiel walking down the road.
yeah.
I would like to be senator. Peter Thiel was like, "What's your name? Oh, what'd you say? You want to be senator? Okay, cool. All right, come
Peter Thiel is so perfect for their whole for like all of MAGA
Yeah.
in a sense because it's like, oh, I'm the gay Republican,
on." It's true.
and I'm sure you've seen the clip.
I'm the gay Republican who talks about the Antichrist all the time.
Yeah, I love. Oh yeah. My hobbies. Well, I like fly fishing, and I also love worshiping Satan.
Well, he's talking about how the Antichrist is coming. He's like, guys, it's coming. You know what's odd about someone who talks about the Antichrist coming all the time? It just makes me think, are you the Antichrist? Is it you? You know, the guy
He
who's the
fucking looks like he's wearing someone else's skin.
well, that's just a gay guy. That's
All
what
right,
gay.
wait,
That's what an old gay guy looks. He's just a guy that has like
Well, gay.
leathery,
Listen,
gross
listen.
skin, bro. I know that's fucked up to say,
No,
but it
no,
just
no.
looks like
What
that's
does
just
that to
but that's
do with
but that's
being gay.
because they're always using lotions and shit like that to bang each other's butts and everything. It's disgusting. No offense to gay people, but I'm like,
No,
this guy is
listen.
an old gay dude. It's just like he's
I'm
been
just
through years of crap.
I'm trying to figure out the correlation between
I don't know. I'm just saying crap. No,
being
actually,
wrinkly.
no, it doesn't. He just looks gross. He's a
He
gross
does
little
look
human.
gross. He looks gross.
And I'm
I
not
hate
saying
the
that, and
guy.
I'm not saying that because he's gay. I'm saying that because he's a man who's setting up a surveillance state to look at every transaction you'll ever do in your life, interaction you ever do in your life, and political opinion you'll ever do in your life.
Well, that's super true. Palantir
That's
and
just the
Peter
truth.
Thiel, his whole thing is that this is what I was saying before. Database AI is the scariest. I don't care
Yeah.
about military weapon AI because so far it hasn't really been an issue. Database AI is terrifying. They have everything on you. And some people try to make the argument, oh, well, like, why are you trying to hide your private information? That means you have something to hide. It's like, no, I don't. I just don't
That's an
want
insane
I don't want
argument.
a king mentality of, oh, the people who control us all and have all the power and the money and the weapons
Isn't
have
privacy a
every
right?
single detail about me. Privacy is supposed to be a right, and
Yeah.
they've stripped that, and they also have all the power. So at any point they wanted to, they could find out where I am. They could find out my heart rate, my blood pressure, if I'm wearing like an Apple Watch, anything like that. They could find out how much money's in my bank account, where I stay, often where I spend money the most, and they could do anything with that information. If they become evil, if the government were to become fully evil, they could take this information and they could kill you with it. They could kill you with it. They could ruin your
Blackmail
life
your
with it. They
life.
could
Yeah.
blackmail you. It's
Yeah, it's not good.
That's the issue with it. I don't have
Who?
anything to hide. I don't care if, I've like jerked off to porn before and they have the video of me doing that through my phone camera. It's like, whatever,
All right,
bro.
yeah, release
We
it,
all
bro.
got a dick. Or if you're a woman, you got a pussy, but like, whatever. Like, we all have private parts and a lot of us have used porn and jerked off. Like, who fucking cares?
Yeah, exactly.
What I really care about is the fact that they know that I've gotten gas at this certain gas station at this certain time on on average every few weeks here every single time, and they know my heart rate and my blood pressure, and they know
Yeah.
exactly what I would need in order to like fully blackmail me. They could like it's disgusting.
Well, I mean, again,
It
like
upsets
that
me so
exact
much.
who in their right mind sitting there saying, oh, like about privacy and whatnot, like, oh, like you would only say something like that if you had something to hide. It's like, bro, like what are you talking about? You know what I mean? It's like, what the hell are you talking about? Like,
Yeah.
if I have something to hide. Yeah, everyone deserves privacy. Like what? I can't have privacy. I can't hide something. I can't not tell you how much money I make or how much or what I do in my spare time or like just a hobby I have like privately. Like
Yeah.
privacy is a cornerstone of of freedom in many people's lives.
Like
The privacy
imagine
to
you
just
like
live.
going on like you want to calm down, or you just do this every morning or night or whatever. You want to go on a walk. You want to be alone. You want to have your own like alone time.
Yeah.
And it's like you wear a smartwatch. And now
Yeah.
there's this AI database tracking your location, your heart rate, the speed that you're walking, exactly where you're walking.
Yeah. It's
What's
true.
private about that? That it feels like it should go against the Constitution. I guess
100%.
technically it doesn't, but
No.
it feels like it should. That feels very illegal. That feels very wrong.
Agreed. Yeah.
Like people want their alone time, and people are never truly alone now unless you have no electronics with you or anything like that.
Right.
And it's hard because people around you have electronics. It's like it's so hard, at least in America and most first world countries,
Yeah.
to truly be fully alone for like a little bit of time to yourself.
Well, it's fucked because, like you said, like, yeah, like there people can't have alone time and stuff like that. And I feel like, and Peter Thiel and all these people, they want to collect your data for what national, they're going to tell you national
Yeah,
security.
national security.
Get the hell away. Get the fuck out of here with that. What they're really
And
going
you
to
know
do
what
with
they're
it-
doing in Texas? Did you see the video of the guy who was making posts about Jews online
Oh my god, this guy's getting put on
and
a list.
anti-Israel
Yeah,
stuff. And the Texas police went to his house
of course,
because of his online posts about
of
Jews.
course,
He was using his freedom of speech. They went to his house and were like questioning him
of course.
because they were
It's a
like,
crime.
"Yeah, you know, we just want to make sure you're not going to do anything violent and everything like that." And he was like, "What are you talking about? I have a freedom of speech." And he was like, "You know what? You see the sign on my house right here? He had a no soliciting sign. He says
Yeah,
it's no soliciting.
yeah,
You are not supposed to be here.
yeah.
You're going against my rights."
Yeah. Well, the problem is that what's going to happen is, and this is like the scary part is like because we're going down this road, like whether anyone likes it or not, about like kind of like what is going to be freedom, what is going to be the role of government in the future. Because you can see this in the UK, where we're going down the road of uh, policing speech, and regardless if you're a Republican or a Democrat, but we're going down this road anyway. All right, if you're a Democrat, it's going to be about saying bad shit about gay people. If you're a Republican, it's going to be about saying bad shit about Israel. Right? It's gonna be the same kind of crap, but it'll be something formed into it where we're going down this road where you're not, like you said, you're not allowed to be private. If you want privacy, you're a criminal. And if you want to say your opinion, your political opinion that goes against the special interest groups like the Israeli lobby or like the Israeli state, or even like immigration, or which again, this is it goes into it's wrapped up in a larger donations of like billionaires like George Soros and whatnot, you are going against the status quo of their worldview that they would like to create. So that means you're sacrificing that freedom and you're going against what they believe should be what you think, and that's a thought crime. You're committing a thought crime which can be prosecuted against. At least in somewhere like Great Britain and whatnot. Like you've seen videos of like the
Yeah, that stuff's bad
of people
there.
knocking on people's doors, being like, "Excuse me, made a Facebook post." It's
Yeah, you're going to jail.
yeah, you're going to jail, buddy,
You're going to jail, buddy.
and it's a chick, and it's two girl cops arresting you,
Yeah.
and you're sitting there, you have to take it. Like, what am I doing wrong? Or it's a video of you put up English flags in front of your house, all right? Like the English Jack, not the English Jack, but the Red Cross of England, right?
Yeah.
With the white and red cross,
Yeah.
and people want to call the cops on you and call you a racist because you have the flag of your own country in front of your own house.
Yeah.
That's the kind of world we're heading into. Like, don't you know? Trust me. Like, it's not looking good. Like, I get very upset when I think about this kind of stuff because it's like the idea of freedom is going to be a dangerous thought to many people, and there's going to be a generation of next people, even past the Zoomers and the A generation Alpha, right? That's next generation. They're going to know no other world. They're going to know no world where there's like cash transactions, where there's a transaction that happens and there's no paper trail to it. They're going to know a world where you're not on social media, or you're in a world where there is no people that live outside of the grid in a rural area where they don't have constant communication, constant state mandated checkups, essentially, right? There's not gonna be, because in this world, like at least where we live and stuff like that, it's a pretty like populated area, and there's police around, there's people around and whatnot, and there's also ring cameras. There's people that self police constantly, neighborhood apps and Facebook groups. Well, when there's a person's truck parked inside out constantly,
Yeah,
constant
no,
crap like that,
and
where the
like,
people
I
are
don't know,
constantly policing
there's the good and the
themselves.
bad about it, obviously, because being able to self-police is a good thing in a lot of ways.
It
You can
depends.
protect yourself,
Yeah,
but you're also, you're kind of giving the police yourself, not like the police, but you're giving a lot of people your information too,
yeah,
which is not the best thing. But yeah, no, well, that's what we're fighting for, though. I don't think the world will ever come to that state, what you were saying, because I think people are going to come to their senses. Because I think a lot of people are already at their senses. Doesn't matter what party you're part of, people
yeah,
don't like it.
yeah,
People don't like it. And, there's a lot of governors who are running right now who are saying, like, yeah, we need to implement laws against AI and privacy. Like, we need to make it so that we still have privacy. AI can't just, like, scan everything that you fucking own and have and are. But I think that's really important. And, we're at such an early stage and already be saying we need laws about it to restrict what it could do to the average citizen, I think is a good thing. I'm not, like, it is worrisome,
yeah.
but I'm not too worried about it because I think people will come to their senses and make sure that it doesn't get to a point where it's too far and it's too controlling and we have no freedom anymore.
Yeah.
you know. But that being said, I think we talked about most things that we wanted to.
I
It's
realized
getting pretty
I want
late.
to say this real quick about because I think I just realized today is daylight savings because my phone, computer, everything like that went back an hour. I was like, what is happening?
Very nice.
And I was like, whoa, what is happening?
Very
So
nice.
I'm happy because I'm getting an extra hour of sleep tonight, and I'm
Happy daylight savings.
yeah. I just thought that was kind of
If
interesting.
you
I
got to
was
get
like,
up early tomorrow, you should feel good about it because you get an extra hour of sleep. And that's beautiful.
God bless.
It's the small things in life. God bless,
An extra hour of sleep is
and then the
that's enough.
name of the
That's enough.
Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Thank you
Yes.
for this extra hour of sleep that we get tonight.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's awesome. All right.
You
Well,
know,
anywho, yeah, I don't think there's anything else to talk about, but
I was gonna bring up Nigeria and killing the Christians and when Trump's talking about it, but it's like, all right, let's be realistic. They're killing Christians. They're killing a lot of people. They're killing Muslims too,
yeah,
but they're targeting Christians. It's bad.
I don't know anything about
Do
this.
I want to get involved from a human aspect? Yeah, but from a young guy that's broke, not really. I want that money to go in my pocket. Um, but from a human aspect, yeah,
And if
that's a
you're wondering
terrible
if Trump's
thing.
going to get involved, the answer is yeah, he's getting involved. All right. You don't think this motherfucker's going to get involved? You're wrong. All right. Trump is
Yeah,
getting
we'll
involved.
see what happens. But yeah, besides that, yeah, I think we covered
Hey,
everything.
maybe we'll get in a proxy war with China. China will back the Nigerians, and we'll be backing the rebel Christians.
You know what? You know what? Maybe will happen. China will attack Nigeria,
Good idea.
and then they're like, "We need your help." And we're like, "All right, stop killing Christians and people." And they're like,
Yeah.
"Okay, 60% of our population is super poor, so I guess we'll do whatever the fuck you say."
We'll do whatever you say.
Yeah.
And then what happens to China? They go back to making every product known to man.
Yeah, and then we're like, "Yo, China, stop it." And they're like, "Okay," because
China's
we're both world superpowers. We don't need to do this.
is China patting us on the back like, yeah, bud, you're still a world superpower.
We are now.
No, we are, but it's
You
fun.
can't act
It's funny
like-
in one of those aspects where I just think about China. I'm like, they just make everything, and I just think about it, I'm like, they make everything, and
They
like
do.
their sphere of orbit
They
is
do,
just,
but they do it in a way that like U.S. used to make a lot of the stuff,
yeah.
but they did it in a way where the Americans were happy to do it. China's not doing it in a way where the Chinese are happy to do it; they're forced to do it. So it's a big difference.
It's getting there. Trust me, it's getting there.
It's a big difference.
There's a lot of skilled labor now in China.
I think a lot
That
of
iPhone
Chinese
that brand new
people-
iPhone you got, that's Chinese product right there, buddy.
Wow, thank you.
I'm just saying.
I didn't know that.
I'm just saying. Not some shoeless idiot's not making that though.
He's not a shoeless idiot, but he's not. I also don't think a lot of the
He's in like
people,
he's like in a super clean like.
I also
suit,
think
like,
a lot of
looking
those
at it.
people. Well, first of all, he's not in a super clean suit making it. He's also being forced to work 90 hours a week, just to feed his like one disabled child.
I don't think it's as bad as
having,
that.
They're
I don't think it's
having.
as bad as that.
Well, I think a lot of it is though. That's the thing. I think they have the same amount of people in their country that we do here, like ratio wise, obviously not like population wise specifically, who are like, yeah, I'm not gonna fight in your war because you're the government and I have to like. But anyway,
Yeah, I don't know.
we'll talk
Yeah,
about that
you're
next
right.
time. We'll get more into that next time.
That's a next week discussion. I agree.
If you tune in, thank you. If
I
you tune
appreciate
into the
it.
clips, please
Yeah.
keep leaving comments. Don't forget
Yeah.
about our giveaway, 100,000 likes on the short, or on the short that we're gonna make about this, or on this podcast itself, and we will be giving away a PS5 plus a game of the winner's choice.
Yeah.
So thank you for all the comments that you've been giving and the views. It's been really fun for us.
Oh,
It
yeah,
has been-
we love it. I mean,
Every
this is-
comment that we get, criticism or
Oh yeah, it's like the
compliment,
engagement.
we
Yeah,
like
it's
it. We
cool.
like it a lot. The engagement's good, and it's really cool to like hear other opinions and whatnot. So thank you very much. And have a happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, and yeah, well, next stream will be all about Thanksgiving. And if we don't get the 100K likes, we're not giving anything away.
Yeah.
So all right, goodbye guys. See ya.